Good afternoon, all. I, Dipali Boyer, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Department, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering. Welcome you all in the Mechanics of Material Practical from 4th semester Mechanical Engineering. So today we are going to learn the experiment based on impact test method on the mild steel. So this is comes under the course outcome 3, that is the experiment number 5, impact test on the metal. So here we have to analyze and demonstrate the how the metal is impact and how amount of energy is absorbed by this metal. So let us see what is what is the experiment. So the aim of the experiment is to perform the impact test on the metal, comes under the course outcome 3. The objective of this experiment is to determine the impact strength of the steel. So here we can use the two type of a test. One is the Cherky test and another is the ISOT test. So the main difference between the two tests is in ISOT test we can use and we can lie the sample on the vertical direction, and in this case we can takes the bottom portion of the specimen, and the upper portion is free to impact on the particular specimen. And in the Cherpy test, we place the sample in a flat portion, so both ends of the specimen get secured before the moment of the impact in this Cherpy test. Okay. The next objective of this experiment is to determine the amount of forces that is to be absorbed by the material when it is reaches the point of fracture, and this amount of energy gives the analysis of the notch of the hardness of the material. Okay. So notch is nothing but a V section cross section area which is having a depth of 2 mm, and angle is a 45-degree standard angle in a Cherpy test, and the 40-degree standard angle in a ISOT test. So here we use the apparatus that is the impact testing machine, and having the cross section in Cherpy test, we use the cross section area as a standard cross section area, that is 10 into 10 into 55 mm, and in the ISOD testing we can use the cross section area as a 10 into 10 into 75 mm. Okay. So next we see the what is the setup of a this impact testing machine. So this is the setup of a impact testing machine. We can perform both the test here, that is Cherpy test and ISOT test, only there is a difference in the placing of the specimen. So this is the setup of a impact testing machine. This is the pendulum, or we can say hammer. This is the hammer which is used to impact on the specimen, and this is the specimen. This is the specimen bed where we place the specimen here. In a Cherpy test, we place the specimen in a flat, and in the ISO test, we place the specimen in a vertical direction, in the same direction of the notch. This is the V section which is called as a notch here, which is having a 2 mm depth and a 45-degree standard angle. So in Cherpy test, we use this cross section area as a standard cross section area. So the specimen is of a standard size is 10 into 10 into 55 mm. The length which is used here is a 40, and the depth and width is a 10 into 10. The notch is having a standard angle is 45-degree, and the depth which is used here, and the direction of blow of the hammer is in a opposite direction. In Cherpy test, there is a opposite direction of a blow on the specimen. Okay, so here you can see this is the direction of the notch, and the impact which is coming from the hammer is in opposite direction. Okay, in Cherpy test, and in the ISO test we can use the same direction of the blow on the notch of the specimen. Okay. So next we can say what is the background of this impact testing machine. Generally this impact testing machine is signifies the toughness of a material, that is the ability of material to absorb the energy during the plastic deformation. Okay. Next, the impact test method is used to measure the energy which is necessary to fracture the standard notch by applying an impulse load. Okay. Then the test is measured the notch toughness of a material under a shock loading. Okay. And the test can also be used to assess the ductility or the brittle transition temperature of the material occurring due to the lowering of this system. Okay. In this case, we follow some procedure. First, we have to use the hammer, which is called as a striking hammer, or we can say which is a pendulum. Is First we have to place that in a safe position. So we have to first lock this at a particular locking area, and then we have to place the specimen on a this specimen bed. When we use the Charpy test, we have to place the specimen in a flat portion, and when we use the ISO test, we have to place the specimen in a vertical direction. Okay, then bring the striking hammer to its topmost striking position, and which is, unless it is already there, and lock it at that particular position. Then make sure that the indicator of this machine, or a dial indicator which is as a zero initial condition, so that which will get a actual calculation of the energy absorbed by the specimen. Okay, so in the next step, we have to release the hammer, because of due to the gravity, which will break the specimen through this momentum, and the total energy is not absorbed by the specimen. Then it is continues to swing at this topmost height. After the breaking of the specimen, the indicator can be stopped by stop their moving while the pendulum fall back. Okay, and note the indicator at that topmost final position. What is their division? And once we get the division, we have to convert that into the joule, and we will get a standard energy absorbed by the particular specimen. Okay, so here we can perform 4 to 5 specimen for the impact testing. So in this experiment, we use mild steel, we use brass, we will use aluminum, then copper, then iron. On this metal, we can perform the impact testing, and accordingly we get their what are the amount of energy absorbed by this particular specimen, based on their toughness, based on their ductility, based on their strength. Okay, so the practical question which will you get in this experiment, from this experiment, is what is the main difference between the Charpy and ISO test. So the in Charpy test, generally the specimen is placed in a flat moment on the specimen bed, and in this case, both ends of the specimen get secured before the moment of impact. Okay, and in ISO test, the in this stage, the sample is lies vertically on the test base, and only the bottom portion is fixed, and upper portion is free for the impacting. Okay, the next question which comes in mind is, what is the notch and why it is required. So notch is a section which is having a standard depth, that is 2 and standard angle for the particular test, which is 45 degree and 40 degree, and accordingly which is used to reduce the stress, and which reduce the ductility of the specimen, which is help to define what is the particular impact of the specimen. Okay, so here we see this is the setup of a impact testing machine. So here we perform the ion Z impact test machine. So we can perform both the testing here, that is the ISO test machine, ISO test impact, and the Charpy test impact on the specimen for the different metal specimen, that is iron, copper, aluminium, mild steel, okay, etc. Okay, so this is the setup of a impact testing machine. As you see, this is the indicator, uh, dial indicator, which shows the scaling of the impact directly. So there is a one scale is used, that is one division is equal to 2 joule, and these are the reading inside, and these are the inside reading, and these are the outside reading, which shows the number of division, and that division is converted into the joule, and we will get a what is the actual energy absorbed by the particular material. Okay, so let us see, this is the setup of a impact direction. Okay, so this is the free area where we use the pendulum. Okay, so this is the indicator, this is the dial scale, which shows the number of division. Okay, now you can see this is a pendulum, which is called as a free hammer, or we can say we call as a pendulum, which is used to impact the specimen. Okay, so when we start any operation, we must understood that key, is it at a zero initial condition or not. So when we start any operation, we have to first put that dial indicator at zero initial condition. Okay, so in this image, you can see this is the setup of a pendulum. So this is the locking arrangement where you have to lock the pendulum or hammer first before starting the operation, because if you see in a air, so it will directly impact on the particular specimen. This is a paddle, this is a ion Z setup, we can say, which is a test bed where we have to fix the specimen here. This is the area where we have to fix the specimen. So in this experiment, we use the four type of the specimen: brass, copper, iron, and aluminium. So you can see this is the standard cross-sectional area of this particular specimen, that is 10 into 10 into 75. Here we use. So each specimen is having a standard notch. This is the notch which is we have to decided. This notch is having standard depth 2 mm, and this notch is helpful to reduce the ductility of the particular material, which will help for the calculation of a impact or amount of energy absorbed by the particular specimen. Okay, so here you can see this is the pendulum. Before starting the operation, we have to fix that pendulum here. We have to lock this at a this locking arrangement. Then we select one specimen, and that specimen is first we have to make sure that the dial indicator is at a zero initial condition. Then use first specimen, fix on a here we use first specimen as a iron, and we place that in a specimen test bed. So here we perform the ion Z method. So in ion Z method, the specimen is placed in a vertical direction. So the bottom portion is fixed at a setup, and upper portion is from notch to upper portion is free in a air for the impacting. Then we open the locking arrangement. Okay, once we open the locking arrangement, this will get directly impact, which is spin in a air, and at a particular instant of a time, you will get that the breaking of this particular specimen. So here this iron specimen is break into two parts. This is break into two parts. So here we get a ductility breaking of this specimen. Similarly, we have to perform the different specimen, that is aluminium, copper, then steel. So accordingly we will get the breaking of either ductility breaking or brittle breaking. If the material is having higher strength, then you will get the brittle breaking, and if the material is having lower strength, then you will get a ductility breaking. Okay, so in this way you will get a breaking of a all the specimen. So when we perform the Charpy test method on the iron specimen, you will get a higher energy absorbed by the material is 56 joule. When we use brass, so brass is having a energy absorbed is 188 joule. And when we use copper, we will get a energy absorb is 80 joule. And when we use aluminium, we will get a energy absorbed by the material is 82 joule. So in this way, the highest energy absorbed by the specimen is mm, iron, and the lowest energy absorbed by the specimen is a brass. Okay, so in this way we have to similarly perform all the specimen all the specimen impact testing here. So in this way you have to perform the impact testing method on the specimen. Okay, so likewise you will get a viva question based on the impact testing method, that impact test method, that is what is a difference between these two method, and why this notch is used. So the notch is used to reduces the to reduces the stasis, or to reduces the ductility of the material, which is having a standard area standard length from which we have to put this notch in a particular angle and depth. Okay, so this Charpy and ion Z iso test is having a main difference, that key the position of the specimen in Charpy, which is placed in a flat, and in iso which is placed in a vertical direction. Okay, so in this way we have to perform the impact test machine. So here we stop today. Thank you.